Hello friends and welcome to TechnoSage. So in this video we will talk about what is Selenium Framework and why we need this. So as we all know that Selenium is most widely used test automation framework in the world today. So what actually Selenium Framework all about? So Selenium is a popular automation testing suite which can be used to automate the desktop and mobile web browser interactions. So mark the word, it's just for the web browser interactions or the applications that are hosted on the web browsers and not the Windows or Linux or desktop or mobile native applications. It's just for the web browser interaction. So you can perform automation testing by writing the code in your preferred language. Selenium supports a whole bunch of programming languages. You can write your automation script in any of the programming language of your choice that are supported by the Selenium and can easily run your automation script to automate testing of an application or a process. So this is basically the Selenium framework, the definition of Selenium framework. But Selenium framework is not just only one tool or the framework. It has a lot of bundled frameworks. You can do a lot of things like you can run your regression suites, you can control your web browsers, you can do the mouse interactions. There are a lot of things that you will be learning while you learn the Selenium in the subsequent videos. Now let's talk about the Selenium suite. So Selenium suite has a lot of tools. First being the Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE stands for Selenium Integrated Development Environment, is only available for two browsers, that is the Chrome and Firefox. It doesn't have more support, it just have Chrome and Firefox support. It is basically an extension that makes it easy to record and playback test in different browsers. Different browsers means Chrome and Firefox. So IDE is just for the record and playback of the test and nothing else. So you can't perform more advanced and robust test case writings. So it's not reliable, and nowadays Selenium IDE no one is using. So everyone has switched to Selenium WebDriver, because in Selenium WebDriver you will perform more advanced and robust test case writing. Now let's directly jump on to the Selenium remote control known as Selenium RC or Selenium 1 also. Selenium RC is a client or a server system that allows you to control web browsers locally or on other servers. So if I have a remote control, that is the Selenium RC, this Selenium RC will control your local browser or the browser that is hosted on the other server using almost any programming language of your choice and testing framework. So let's suppose you want to invoke a browser, you want to perform some action on the browser. Remote control, what it will do, it will directly take the control of the browser and will run the cases on your, though it works the similar way as that of the Selenium WebDriver, but it has its own limitations. It's quite slower than the WebDriver and doesn't have much of the advanced things like drag and drop and mouse actions or keyboard actions. So that's the reason now it's been moved to Selenium WebDriver, and obviously Selenium RC, that remote control, has been merged with Selenium 2. That's the reason Selenium RC is considered to be Selenium 1. And then Selenium RC has been merged to Selenium WebDriver, which is now the Selenium 2. Now we have the upgraded version Selenium 3, and now we have Selenium 4 as well. Next is the Selenium Grid. Now let's suppose you have written a code and you want to run it in 4 different browsers or the four different servers. So how you have to perform it? You have to perform in parallel, right? So to run a test case in parallel sessions, you require some structure through which you can run your test in parallel. So Selenium Grid come into picture. So you can run the parallel test case sessions by running many servers at the same time with a hub and node architecture. Basically, we will talk about this in the upcoming videos, like how you can run your test case in parallel in different servers through the help of Selenium Grid. So as of now, to understand it, Selenium Grid is just to run tests in parallel. Now let's jump on to the Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver is a browser specific which help in accessing and launching different browsers, whether it's desktop browser or the mobile browser. That means it is not supported, for example, the Windows application, as I talked earlier, right? That it will not support the Windows application, native applications. It just support the browsers. So it will just support the applications that are there on the web, because it will have the direct interaction with the web browsers and not with the native applications. It provides actually the interface to write and run the automation scripts. So Selenium WebDriver is basically an interface, and we have different drivers like the Chrome driver for Chrome, Firefox driver for Firefox, which we say Gecko driver, and for Safari driver for Safari. And through those driver classes, we implement this WebDriver. and with the help of those drivers we perform the action on the web browsers. So we'll discuss this whole thing in the next slide, that is the architecture slide. So here comes the architecture slide. The architecture, I'll just explain this in very simple terms. It looks like a bit complicated, but it's not that complicated. I'll just explain in very simple terms. So Selenium WebDriver architecture works in the following ways as, so let's suppose you have written your test case or you have written the script in your preferred programming language, let's say Java. You have taken Java and you have written the script in your preferred programming language. And now you have run your case. What will happen? This case will be communicated to browser driver in JSON format with over the HTTP protocol, which is actually the REST API. So what REST API is doing, you are running your program in Java, it will convert this into JSON, and over the HTTP protocol, it will send the information to the browser driver. Once the browser driver gets the information, it will communicate that information over the HTTP server to the browsers. So we are not directly dealing with the browsers, but with the browser drivers, and the browser drivers will in turn perform the action on the browsers. So let's say you want to invoke a Chrome browser where you need to log into your Facebook account. So what you will do, you have taken the Java program, you have run the Java program, it is converted into JSON over the HTTP protocol. It has talked with the browser driver for Chrome. And this browser driver for Chrome will initiate the browser and will send the information via the HTTP server, opens the browser, log into your Facebook, and will send information back to the HTTP server to the browser driver, and the browser driver will inform you that your action has been successful or the user has been logged in successfully to the Facebook on the Chrome browser, right? So therefore, it does not matter what language you use as Selenium. This is the Selenium. I'll just open the pointer. So this is the Selenium. So Selenium is communicating with the Selenium client libraries, or the Selenium is communicating with the client library, the front end, and the browser drivers will then handle the specific actions onto the browsers. That means the Selenium is interacting with the front end, the code level, and the browser drivers are handling the actions that you are performing onto the browsers. So this is pretty much the whole architecture of the Selenium WebDriver, which involves the Selenium client library, the browser drivers, and the browsers. So that's the reason I said that the WebDriver is an interface that requires browser driver for Chrome. Let's say it's Chrome browser or Chrome driver. So the Chrome driver will implement WebDriver in order to interact with the browsers. So we will see all those stuffs in the video where we will discuss how we can run our test on the Chrome browser. I will explain that how this Chrome driver is implementing the WebDriver interface. So in this slide you can see the Selenium supported languages. So the languages that Selenium supports are Java, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, C#, Perl, .NET, PHP. This is the big list. If you know Java, you need not to learn any other language. You just directly use the Selenium and can create the scripts to automate your web browser applications. So next we see why use Selenium Framework for automated browser testing. So there are a lot of points that prove or justify that why we use Selenium only to automate it. First being the open source. As we all know that Selenium is open source, there is no license cost required. So people can learn it easily while installing it in their local system, and can create script or can enhance script. So it's just an open source, anyone can do any changes free of cost. Second thing is minimal mimic user action. Like suppose you are performing any actions from your keyboard or from your mouse, same actions can be performed by Selenium onto the web browser. So you can drag and drop, you can mouse over, you can context click, right click, left click. Any action that you can perform manually can be done with the Selenium also onto your web browser. So next is easy implementation. So Selenium WebDriver is known for being very user-friendly automation tool. Selenium being open sourced means that users are able to develop extension for their own needs, right? So next is tool for every scenario. As mentioned earlier, Selenium is a suite of tools, and you will most likely find something that fits your scenario and the way of working, right? Language support, I have shown you in the last PPT, where there is a lot of supported languages in Selenium, so you can choose any one language of your choice. So developers have actually freedom and flexibility to work with their choice of language and can automate these stuffs. Next is browser operating system and device support. So Selenium supports many different browser, example Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Internet Explorer, Edge, Safari, etc., as well as can be downloaded over Windows, Linux, Mac. Though you can't automate the Windows, Mac or Linux native applications, but you can download on those system can use to automate the applications hosted on Firefox, Opera, Internet Explorer, and etc. So next is framework support. So Selenium supports many frameworks like Maven, JUnit, TestNG, makes it easy to automate testing. And the CI and CD tool like Jenkins also supported for automation and deployment actually. Next comes the reusability. Script written for WebDriver is cross-browser compatible. So let's suppose you have written a script in Chrome browser, you can use the same script in your Firefox browser as well. Just it requires minimal change of removing the WebDriver. I told you earlier, right? The WebDriver is required to communicate to that specific web browser. So suppose you are running the test script on Chrome, you require Chrome driver. If you are on the Firefox, you require Firefox driver, or we say Gecko driver. So you just change the drivers and entire script will work fine on that web browser. Next is the community support. Selenium community is quite active and open, therefore there is a lot of information available on internet. You can search it, so you can get a good amount of community support. Next is advanced user input. Like with WebDriver, it is possible to request clicking of a browser back or front button, even drag and drop operations, and there are many operations that you can perform with the help of the Selenium WebDriver. So this is pretty much the area covering that why Selenium framework is basically used for the automation testing of the browsers. So I guess these points really justify them. So this is it from this video. In this video, we have covered the whole architecture, how the architecture of the WebDriver works. In the upcoming videos, we will talk about how we can set up our own environment in order to run our first test case through Selenium WebDriver. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, guys.